So I have with me Joey Brown. Joey has worked with a roofing agency in this example, or a roofing company in this example, that he was able to do a database reactivation campaign for and drive massive results for their business. He's been a CloseBot customer since November 2023, so over 2 years. We've been in business since about then, so he's one of our first, and he's seen a lot of changes and definitely knows what he's doing. So Joey, why don't you introduce yourself and the type of customers you work with real quick?
Yeah, thanks for having me on and doing the case study here. So yeah, my name is Joey. Want to run a system or a company called Wonder System AI. We focus on home service businesses. So, roofers, plumbers, HVAC, duct cleaning, all that kind of stuff. AI employees and conversational agents is kind of the thing we focus on.
Okay, so that is your focus. Do you still do like marketing for them, Facebook ads, that kind of stuff, and the AI?
So not really. I'll still do like occasional maybe some websites and stuff if a smaller company doesn't have something set up. But I try to partner with people to do the ads side, or I look for companies that already have a marketing agency without an AI component.
Got it. So you have all of your focus then on the AI. That's
Yep.
amazing. Okay. And I mean, the numbers that you gave us really speak for themselves. So it's nice to know you're focused on AI and that's paying off for you. While we're talking about you and your business, what do you typically charge for this? And I know it varies, but
Yeah. Yeah. So I really tried to kind of, productize the offering, if you will, since I'm narrowed in. But anywhere from like 5 to 10K to set it up. And then anywhere from like, I won't use marketer numbers. I'll use, 500 to 1,000, but that's, 497 to 997 a month is the typical range.
okay, that's a considerable charge. But you're working in an industry where when someone lands a job, it's going to be a high ticket job. I
Exactly.
used to do flips, so I know it's expensive to get HVAC, roofing, siding. We're talking between $5,000 and $25,000 plus. I mean, I know we'll go into this, but this person had a potential 6-figure roofing job, so it can get up there. For them, that is nothing as long as it works.
Yep.
Okay, so
100%.
let's dive into some of the numbers. So you did a reactivation campaign in November into December of 2024.
Yep.
And you said it was 773 leads you put through that. And out of those, let's see, we had 124 that responded at 16% response rate. Now, to some people, that may seem like, oh, that's not a lot. But remember, this is a database reactivation. It is not new leads coming in that just filled out a web form. These are people that were considered dead. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the business probably wasn't going to do anything with them.
Yeah, so they use a separate CRM, and in their system, it's actually marked as a dead lead. So before working with me,
Wow.
which we worked over the summer, that's how I got them as a client, was by offering to do a reactivation the first time. And since then, that's kind of like once a quarter, we'll go through and pull from their what they call their dead lead list and reactivate them.
Okay, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these were dead leads. They were going to make no money from these leads. And they probably paid to get the lead somehow, whether it be advertising they had out or ads they were running. So they paid to get these leads. They weren't going to do anything with them. You come in, you pitch this service. Hey, let's reactivate those and get you some more business. And we saw, so 16% response rate. Out of those, on average, it was 2 responses per customer. But we saw that it booked 12 total appointments from the 773 that went into the funnel. And that landed how many jobs that have already been paid for?
Yeah, so it landed, let's see, it landed 2 actual roofing jobs. It got an estimate for another roofing job. It got, let's see, a repair and then a warranty claim.
Huge.
So yeah, pretty solid.
So I have here that it's 53,000 closed revenue.
Correct. Yep. That's
from that
2
reactivation campaign.
That's 2 jobs, by the way, just for reference. Right? Average. There's the average value right there. Correct.
Massive. And there were 12 appointments. So it's not like that closed 2 jobs and that's it. what's coming up for the
Yeah.
business?
Yeah, that's a good point. So this one thing I've learned since I've been working with this client since July, their sales cycle is pretty long in this industry. And the fact that they also do not just roofing, but they're a full service exterior company. So, their lifetime value of a customer is incredible, really, when you consider that, if someone lives in a house for any number of years, they're going to need roofing, siding, gutters, windows, deck, whatever. And
Yeah.
they do all of that stuff. So what they've got coming in the down the pipe is another $25,000 estimate that they put in a bid for. Um, and then I don't have the exact number, but when they close it, because I'm confident they will, a six-figure roofing job. And that one actually, so when I met with the marketing director, he told me that it's a church in this case. They've actually decided to go with the company. They just need to fund it. So it's not like is this going to close?
Okay.
It's like, hey, we just
Yeah.
need to fund the repairs or the new roof or whatever it is. So
So realize this, guys. This company, had they not picked up Joey, and remember this too when you're giving your value proposition. Had they not worked with Joey, they would have been missing out on. I mean, that's probably close to $200,000 in customer value,
mhm.
which is enough to like change a business trajectory. Bringing on Joey changed their business. So you guys that are wondering what you can charge for this, who's going to want this? It's everyone and anyone that does sales will want this, and it's a huge value you can bring to these businesses.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much to show it either. Like you said, 700-ish leads, and they. My favorite way to describe this, you talked about the value prop. They made back in profit in 1 month what they paid for the year. So like how much marketing effort do you have that result? Now I'm not saying everyone's gonna get that, but like how many times have you paid for something and gotten, the year made so much profit that it paid for itself for the year in 1 month.
Right.
So
Right.
not a lot of things do that.
No, this is huge. And to pitch to companies that have this dead list is a really easy foot in the door.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's massive. You brought up one particular lead that the business was excited about, and that was a a lead that was marked as dead, but they had previously done a job with them. They had some issues that was under warranty. They tried to reach out to the business before, and it kind of fell on deaf ears. You know how it works. They get a lot of communications. I'm sure they didn't mean to ignore them, but this was a warranty job. The person tried to get fixed. The company didn't respond, and they were ready to go with a different company, probably in the future, to get this fixed. But the bot caught that issue. The person said, actually, yeah, I do have something wrong, and I'd love for you guys to fix it. And it scheduled that for them to get it fixed.
Yep. Yeah, that's correct. So there's the way they work it. We send a booking link, but they have two options: new and a repair. And basically, it kind of gauges that in the conversation. But yeah, this person basically responded, said, "Hey, I did have a roof with you guys. I have an issue with it, and I never heard back." And of course, the bot was like super empathetic, talked to them through the point of like getting them back willing to, to schedule again, right? Because I mean, they could have just said no, and that was it, right? Like, so it actually worked all the way through the process, got the person to schedule in, and they were able to, fix the home, whatever the issue was, under warranty, and keep that person happy. Which positive word
Huge.
of mouth in a business is huge.
Yeah, that's another key thing too. Not only in this example has it made about like a couple $100,000 in potential value, it really trickles down from that because every job they do is a scenario where they can make another happy customer that tells potentially more people. And that's really common for that industry. So it's probably more than that. We just can't quantify that, so we haven't included it in this case study.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
okay, let's see. I want to look at the bot.
Yeah, it's simple.
I
um,
love that.
and I do
Let's
that on purpose for as much as I can. I've built some pretty complex bots, and normally It's cool, but when things break, it's like it's way harder to troubleshoot. So I try to keep things simple as possible. It's funny, people ask me, like I've had, I don't know, 3 or 4 people get on calls and ask me about reactivation and how I run it. And I'm like, you're gonna laugh. But like other than the closebot workflow and the drip campaign workflow, the rest of my workflows are like moving stuff around in the pipeline. It's not really anything to do with, external stuff. So it's like I keep
So
it
I have
very
it.
simple.
It's pulled up right now. First priority, identify service, and you have a max attempt limit set to 2. So it's trying to identify what type of work they might need done. Is that right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
And max attempt set to 2 so that if there's some confusion there, if it's vague, it won't like stay on that and get stuck. It'll move to the
Exactly.
next priority column.
Yeah, the reason we did that too is because we had from their other CRM like what they previously got an estimate for. So it was like we're able to prompt it to say, hey, your lead name was previously looking at roofing, previously looking at siding, and it was just confirming they were still wanting the same thing.
Injecting those variables into there. That
Yep.
makes sense. Then in priority 2, we have email attempts set to 2. And is that a verify their email address or gather it?
It was yeah, correct. If for whatever reason they didn't have it from the lead list they gave me, because if you were missing email, it was just gonna, verify.
Got it. Name, phone number, and then interested in consultation. So that's conversationally determine whether or not they're interested in a consult.
Yep.
And then the last one is a give info AI objective, and that's a booking link. And you're using
Correct.
a booking link, I assume, because they have their external CRM, and you just brought these dead leads into Go High Level to do this reactivation campaign.
That's correct. Yeah, they don't run their CRM, they don't run High Level for their whole CRM.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's all it takes.
Yep.
And that's what we really preach as much as possible to people. I've seen people have like 25 plus objectives, and it's not that CloseBot's not capable. It's just that conversations don't typically last that long before people get bored. So the way you have it is perfect. I mean, results speak for themselves. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. That's actually less than their regular bot. Like I think the regular bot has maybe one more objective in there, which is, make sure they're in the service area. But obviously we knew all these people were in the service area. So I just took that out, cloned the bot, and we went from there. So one thing I will note, this was the first bot that I had used. So I delayed my reactivation campaign because you were launching the smart follow-ups. And I told them that. I waited until it launched. So this is the first one I have smart follow-ups on for. So we'll see. It may not even be done yet, right? Because some people are like,
right.
we're done with home improvements till the spring, or call me in March or whatever, text me in March. So we really don't know yet how many more people this is going to bring into, be a customer.
Yeah. So what he's mentioning there is that he utilizes smart follow-ups. In this industry, it is seasonal. People go through up and down times of having money. It is a lot of money for someone to invest. It's very common for someone to say, we plan on doing that this spring or something like that. Yep. So having an AI that can pick up on that and automatically schedule a follow-up for that time to continue through the objectives is massive.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see, how that works. And we plan to do this again in March. Same thing. Basically once a quarter, just keep this and, build it into, a regular part of their business.
What did the business owner think when you did this? Did they see some of the conversations?
I don't know if so. They have access. They don't ever log in. Like I try to build stuff so that they don't have to log in. Like
yeah,
it was like 3 months in, and she had a new business card. And she was like, I don't even know where to update my payment. It's like I try to build it that way. That's just the way some people lower ticket, do it yourself. But I'm like, no, I'm going to provide a high ticket service, and I call them almost non-customer facing accounts, but obviously, they have logins if they want to go look. So I don't believe the owner looks. I know the marketing manager, spends some time in there and looks at the pipeline and follows up. So he was impressed with it. I know when I got on the call, the sales manager was in the room and he was happy with it. So those are both pretty key people at the organization, obviously. And I didn't mention this before, but they actually just upgraded to an annual plan. So like they were so happy with it that before this reactivation campaign, even they
Wow.
upgraded to annual. So yeah,
Because once you prove this, it's not just a nice to have, it's a need to have.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
where you want to be.
exactly. Um, and I mean, people hear the numbers, but it's like when you understand like how much money that this business is making, and rough profit margins and all that, you're like, oh, this is really not much to them for what the value that they're really getting out of it. So yeah, it's wild.
And you don't have to feel bad for charging that either,
No,
because you have a lot of knowledge that they don't have. That knowledge is really valuable. So it's not like you should feel bad that you're charging $1,000 a month and maybe only spending a few hours a month working on it. You have amassed a huge amount of knowledge in a really new space that people don't understand at all, and you're helping drive them insane value.
yeah. So I'm excited for this, and I'm kind of expanding into the home service industry as fast as I can, as fast as I can. So yeah, I'm full steam ahead on this. But
Okay. Well, thank you so much. If people want to contact you and learn more, maybe they're an agency themselves, where can they find you?
yeah, so just reach out to me. Let's see, Joey at wondersystem.co, .co, not .com. And then my website's wondersystemai.com to make it even more confusing. Maybe I'll fix my Gmail one day, but I bought the one domain before I was all in on AI. So, but now I'm all in on AI, so I fixed
Makes
the website.
sense.
And then if you,
And
I was gonna say on
go ahead.
Instagram, I'm not another average Joe, which is a name I've had for a long time on there. So
I love it. And for business owners that are maybe getting started, maybe they've gone in, made a closed bot account, maybe they're overwhelmed, maybe they found our blog. Where can they find you if they want to say, you know what, I'd rather just have someone do all this for me. I know it's important, but I don't want to learn it. Can they reach out to you, and where should they reach out to you? Same places?
yeah, same places. Wonder System AI has a link to book a call to do a demo and talk through what the process would look like.
Okay. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Joey, for coming on.
Thank you.